Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to F1 Manager 2024 and another part of Season 3 of the Lotus Road to Glory career mode. Today we are back with the Australian Grand Prix. It didn't quite go to plan last time out, obviously. Kimi Antonelli didn't qualify well. It meant that he had to come through the field, obviously with the red flag as well. It just didn't quite work out, but Antonelli did eventually finish third on the track. Ricciardo came through in 7th place. Really, he was caught out by the red flag as well. But yeah, we're not necessarily going to be the fastest car going into the next weekend. Looking at 3rd and 4th once again. That's pretty much where I think our car is. I think Red Bull are slightly ahead. Obviously, their drivers are better than our drivers. But thank you very much for the support on the series so far. Do keep it coming. We've got some good manufacturing coming through. They are going to shut down our wind tunnel for the next 5 days. I'm absolutely fine to do that for 5 days. One thing that I do want to do is look at the warehouse for the cars and just have a little look at putting on the new what was it? Underfloor? Yep, underfloor and suspension. So we still need to wait a little bit before the other new parts are through. But yeah, thank you very much for the support. I know lots of people are really enjoying this series. I'm loving this as well. So thank you very much for all of that support that is coming this way. Do keep it coming. Keep commenting on the videos, all of that good stuff. Let's have a look. We did discover faults. Okay, so we're all good with that. So I'm glad that we approved the investigation there. Everybody's very happy at the team. And Gary Gannon now up to an 84 engineer. That's actually really positive. Right, where are we at with the stuff? Yeah, we can't add any more bits onto the car just yet, so yeah, we'll just have to wait. Let's head to the warehouse and put on the new suspensions for both drivers, and we can put on the new underfloor as well. We'll see where that takes the car. Hopefully this weekend. It should be a cracker, really. Let's have a little look. Yeah, 2nd and 3rd. Okay, so we're expecting one car to be ahead of us. I don't know who that's going to be. Is it going to be Red Bull? You would think it's going to be Red Bull. But let's change the car to car 2. And there you go. I mean, Alonso's car, not as good. So, yeah, that's really interesting. McLaren car 2, by the way, is looking pretty good. They've got some upgrades on the car this weekend for Liam Lawson. So they should be back in the game. What about Ferrari? Charles Leclerc looking good. Hamilton's not so good. Really interesting to see the difference between the cars, isn't it? What about Mercedes? I mean, Mercedes are well off the pace, aren't they? They are well off the pace. Albon's car is looking a lot better than Nico Hülkenberg's car, that's for sure. Williams struggling. Haas. Yeah, Mick Schumacher's car's not looking too bad. RB, just really intrigued by this. Yeah, Sonoda's car's so much better than Bottas's. I am honestly baffled. Right, okay, let's get ourselves into this race weekend then. Oh, well, this should be a nice, easy performance target, particularly for Daniel Ricciardo there. 4th place for Kimi Antonelli. He did finish in the top 3 in both Bahrain and in Saudi Arabia, so hopefully he can pull that off.
Back down under for the Australian Grand Prix. We're a stone's throw from the beach here at the Albert Park circuit. It might be party mood in the grandstands, but in the paddock, expectations and tensions are high. In the last round, Max Verstappen flew to victory. The Dutchman proving that he can be absolutely unstoppable when he's in such fine form. There's nothing like a race weekend in Formula One.
Okay then, let's get ourselves into the action this weekend. I'll see you guys for Q1 as always.
Will practice pay off for the drivers? Well, we're about to find out in qualifying.
These days, it's a much faster layout here at Albert Park, and teams need to focus on getting high and medium speed cornering right to set a good qualifying time.
Now, we've got the Haas driver there. Karun, how are they going to be feeling today?
They set a great lap in practice, so you can only imagine how good they're feeling going into qualifying. But the big question is, will they be able to keep this performance up?
Here we go, folks. It's time to get started.
Okay, exciting times. Ready for qualifying then. Pace of the car looks very, very strong as always this season. Car setup satisfaction looking sweet as well. So really, really happy with that. Let's get ourselves into qualifying then and see how the cars get on. Daniel Ricciardo is going to get us off and running. And it's the first day race of the season, so we'll get to see the car in all its glory in the daylight. And I really do think that the car looks good this year. Not many, nobody has commented on the look of the car this year. I certainly like it.
Radio's good.
Well, hopefully
Okay, buddy.
you guys do as well.
Radio check.
But anyway, we'll send them out there. And
Yep, loud and clear.
Ricciardo, unfortunately, there, I think, getting held up a little bit, and he comes through.
Steady,
And
got
that
you.
is 26.4 first sector, so yeah, he lost 4 tenths there.
Okay, gotcha.
Middle sector, well, Antonelli lost 6 tenths, but they've worked out both about the same, a 17.2. Try and head out there again. And send them out into some clear air. Definitely in clear air this time. But no improvement for Daniel. And no improvement for Antonelli here either. Yeah, not fantastic. It's going to have to be a new set of tyres, I think. Although, I don't think there's really any trouble of us going out in Q1 here, so I'm fairly happy to just leave it. Zhou Guanyu is the one that's ahead of us that I'm questioning whether we actually do need to go out again, but we'll take the risk. We'll take the risk to hold on to those tyres. They'll all come through. Russell's probably going to be the one to go quicker. He goes 4th. But yeah, 11th and 12th in qualifying one. Not perfect, but we know that we didn't get our best times in there. Okay, so brand new tyres for Q2. Again, sending out Ricciardo now to try and get some free track. Come on. No, Norris is out there now, and I think that means 26-0, 25-9 for Antonelli, but actually they didn't drop off too much there in that first sector. Now Ricciardo in that middle sector, 18-7 plays an 18-6. Antonelli's flying. And here we go then, Daniel Ricciardo. It's a fairly clean lap for him. It's going to be in the 16s, I think, this. He comes up to the line to 16.4. Antonelli goes quicker with a 16.3. Beautiful lap time.
Go in and box.
And that is the quickest times so far. Very nice to see. I'm not sure anybody's going to get near that. Alonso has a 16.2. Leclerc has split our cars. Verstappen is the one to watch. Hamilton, of course, will get up there as well. But in general, I think we'll be okay here. And that means we can just wait around until the start of Q3 now. Verstappen does go quickest. 3 tenths quicker than Fernando Alonso there. Leclerc goes a bit quicker as well. And Gasly into the top 10. What a season he's having. But here we go then. Ready for Q3. And yeah, Ricciardo can have brand new tyres. There's no doubt about that. Let's give Antonelli some scrub tyres for the first run.
Okay, should be green.
Yep, and that should work out. Just gotta hope that somebody doesn't come out just as we're starting our lap, and well, that is okay. 26.0, 25.8. It's an 18.6 middle sector for Ricciardo, 18.7 for Kimi Antonelli. They're nip and tuck as we go through the first two sectors. Obviously, Daniel on brand new tyres, so you'd expect him to probably be the slightly quicker on this first run. Daniel Ricciardo coming round the final corner at his home Grand Prix, heads up to the line, and it's a 1:16.2. Here comes Antonelli up to the line. He goes almost as quick. It's a 1:16.3. It's a 1 and 2 at the moment for Lotus.
Good.
Alonso and Verstappen are the ones to keep an eye on here. Going to go for brand new tyres for both boys and send them out there as the last men over the line. Verstappen is on pole. Alonso very, very close behind. We've got another 0.2 of a second to make up if we can here. But 3 and 4 at the moment. Right, Antonelli's going to lead the way this time. Ricciardo's going to be the man behind. And we will see how this goes. Shouldn't be any traffic. This should be just a pure hot lap for Kimi Antonelli. So here we go then. Kimi Antonelli, where are you going to end up on the grid? And a wonderful 25.8 first sector on his first flying lap. What can he manage here? It's a 25.7. He's quicker. 25.8 for Ricciardo. Both of the boys going quicker in that first sector. Coming through the middle now. Here comes Antonelli. 18.7 for him. 18.6 for Daniel Ricciardo. I think he's absolutely matched what he did last time, Danny Rick here. Kimi Antonelli now is going to come round the final corner. This needs to be quick. This needs to be quick if he wants to compete for pole position. Here comes Kimi Antonelli up to the line. Is he going to be in the low 16s? He is. It's a 16 flat, and it's second. Leclerc's taken pole. Here's Ricciardo over the line. He improves, but it's only 5th place. The top 5 separated by just over a 10.5. But Kimi Antonelli beat the Red Bulls, but he couldn't beat Charles Leclerc, who takes pole position for the Australian Grand Prix. Sonoda will start 6th with a brilliant lap for RB. Stroll in 7th, Gasly 8th, Porsche in 9th, and Lewis Hamilton rounds out the top 10. Wow. Wow. What a lap from Andrea Kimi Antonelli. What a final sector. But, yeah, it was Charles Leclerc that took it in the end. And what a time to do that. Absolutely brilliant. 31.5 final sector from Kimi Antonelli. 31.7 for Ricciardo. Wasn't improvement. It wasn't a personal best for Ricciardo, so he could have done a little bit better, but it's very, very close out there, and we'll need to be hot on strategy for the race tomorrow.
Well, the fans here are all set. Every one of them eagerly awaiting the 58 laps of today's race.
Albert Park often seems to set teammate against teammate. From Hill and Villeneuve dueling for the 1996 win, to Bottas beating fellow Mercedes driver and pole sitter Hamilton to the win in 2019.
Albert Park is a deceptively easy track to learn, but it's just as easy to make a mistake around its walled sections and gravel traps. The street circuit is high downforce and just as heavy on brakes as it is on tyres. Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
Well, we're excited here for the race. We've obviously saved some soft tyres for this race. Let's have a little look at some of the expected strategies. So one stop is probably preferable around here if you can manage it. Let's have a little look. Yeah, it's not looking great, is it? Seemingly thinking that that is the best way to go. Yeah, quite like that. Getting in nice and early for Daniel Ricciardo. Now for Kimi Antonelli, obviously starting second. Yeah. I'm going to start on the mediums. Both of them are going to be on the hard tyres for the middle stint. Yeah. Let's go for it. Let's see what we can do here.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. Amidst the noise and fanfare of the occasion, a crucial moment now to concentrate.
A second place start for them today. They'll be aiming for a podium, but could they even sneak the win?
So Kimi Antonelli has a great chance, you would have to say.
Shall we?
Can he fly down the inside of turn 1?
Brace yourselves for the Australian Grand Prix. And it's
Lights out, away we go. And Kimi Antonelli was off to a good start there. Let's see what he can do as we head towards turn 1. While he flies ahead of Max Verstappen, he stays ahead of Max Verstappen. And it's Charles Leclerc that leads out of turn 1. Daniel Ricciardo, is he going to be last of the late breakers into turn 4? He's trying it on Fernando, doesn't make it work. Now, most people have started on the soft tyres. Antonelli, somebody a bit different there. Lance Stroll has also gone that approach, as has Norris, Hamilton, Maloney, and Zhou Guanyu. Norris, much better qualifying from him. Obviously went out in Q1 in Bahrain and in Saudi Arabia. Ricciardo desperately following Fernando Alonso for now, but the big one is Kimi Antonelli needs to stay within a second really of Charles Leclerc early on in this Grand Prix. But there goes Max Verstappen. He goes round the outside and he is through. And already Kimi finds himself behind here after a lap. Can he stay within a second so that he gets the first bout of DRS here? Yes, it looks pretty good. But the top 4 already pulling away from Daniel Ricciardo, for instance. So maybe our race pace not quite as strong as our single lap pace, which I think is something that we found in general over the last few years. Here we go then. Let's see if he can do anything here. Daniel Ricciardo, meanwhile, he's not going to be too impressed with what's happening out there.
Let's go that more if we can. Understood.
Same for Kimi Antonelli, and there goes Verstappen into the lead. He pushes Leclerc out wide. Leclerc must have been pushing really hard on the first couple of laps, and now he's in the clutches of Kimi Antonelli, who's going to get DRS on him here. But he's also going to have DRS on Max Verstappen. So this could turn it into a 4-horse race here. And Leclerc goes down the inside of Max Verstappen. He is through. Right, Daniel Ricciardo, meanwhile, he is holding off Lance Stroll. That's not what he wants to be doing. Lance Stroll is on the medium tyres. This should be a lot quicker for Daniel Ricciardo. I don't quite know what's going on here, but Stroll makes it past. And Ricciardo down to 7th here at his home Grand Prix, struggling at the start of this race. And his qualifying form looked very, very good yesterday, but the start of this race, he's looking vulnerable. Antonelli, meanwhile, staying with this top 2 battle for now. As Verstappen now heads down the inside of Charles Leclerc, and he's through once again. This is helping Antonelli stay with him. And Ricciardo already out of DRS range of Stroll. That means Gasly can just glide past. Russell's going to be next, and, well, Ricciardo very much struggling here. Very much so. There goes Alonso past Antonelli now. And, well, Yuki Tsunoda's up there for now. See Antonelli on the medium tyres on a different strategy to those guys. I'd hope his time to shine is going to come in the end of this race. Antonelli, for some reason, not getting DRS down that straight there. Nice. Not looking good. Porsche, by the way. He's dropped to the rear. I think he's had an incident with Valtteri Bottas. Perhaps Stroll is... Tsunoda is going to get past Antonelli. Looking at tyres, I think maybe the top three are really using their tyres. Antonelli definitely looking after them. Right, let's see. Let's see if Daniel Ricciardo can make it past Stroll. Antonelli now 4 seconds off the lead. Well, Leclerc's in. That's an early pit stop. Might be worth bringing him in this lap onto the hard tyres. Try and get that undercut on some of the guys around us. And there he goes round the outside of Stroll. Had to back out there, and it will be into the pits now then for Daniel Ricciardo. Needs a quick one. That's a slow one again. It's another mistake. We had a big mistake in Saudi. And, well, that is going to almost ruin Daniel Ricciardo's race. Right then. Yeah, I don't really know why the strategy didn't work.
Understood.
Yeah, that looks about right. Right, Antonelli obviously needs that clear air and needs it quickly. Verstappen in the pits. Pit stop ahead of Antonelli, really. Let's see if we can just get ahead with Antonelli now.
Copy.
Just push the car a little bit.
Like a couple laps or sooner than that? Copy.
Let's see what Antonelli can produce here. In he comes. Need a good pit stop here. Now, Daniel Ricciardo can push the engine a little bit.
Like to reduce Lyco.
That's not bad, 2.2.
Cheers.
Where's he going to come back out? He's coming back out behind Tsunoda. Nearly behind Pierre Gasly. That could have been a disaster. I'm hoping, though, that the new tyres means he will be able to push on a little bit here and not get caught up in that battle. Daniel Ricciardo in a really interesting position here. 1:24.5 was his last lap time. He's just struggling, isn't he? And well, Antonelli now behind Gasly. They just don't seem to have the pace. It's really quite bizarre. Hmm. 24.4s for Ricciardo. It's not great. Won't be long before Antonelli is passed. Trying to just harvest the energy a little bit here.
Lots of crashes. There's some debris. He's okay.
So Mick Schumacher is out. Don't know exactly what's happened there. It's a VSC. It was Mick Schumacher. Looks like he's all out on his own. Yeah, lost the car. Oh, and then somebody went into him. Wow. Okay. Was that Joe Guan Yu, maybe?
VSC.
I'm not sure.
Stay close to the Delta.
Okay, understood.
And that's full safety car, actually.
Okay, charge on. Get plus on Delta type.
Copy.
We want to keep our tire temps
There's not really any point in taking a pit stop here.
Copy.
Look after these tyres a nice amount. Get a little bit more use out of them, hopefully.
Is good.
Okay.
Another lap behind the safety car. Feels a little unnecessary.
Safety car is in this lap. Get ready to go.
Copy.
Can you bring the pace up, please? This tire has plenty of life. We can push.
Right, he needs to get past Pierre Gasly pretty quickly here, does Kimi Antonelli. He needs to get himself back into this race. Right, what are the tyres? So Leclerc's come on to brand new hard tyres. That's going to mean that Leclerc's probably going to the end at this point. But Antonelli needs to get past Gasly now before any DRS comes in. Alonso leading the race nicely here. Oh, I thought Antonelli was going to make a move there. It didn't happen. He's going to have DRS though. Chance into the chicane, is it? No. Come on. It's just not happening right now. Good news is Ricardo seems to be holding on to 7th for now.
So what DRS?
So he is a long way behind his teammate. Ricardo just doesn't seem to be at the races today. Now, I've no idea why, but he's just dropping back. He's not really putting in a good performance at all. Right, so now there's a bit of a cork in the bottle here. Yeah, it won't be long before... Yeah, Ricardo's out of the points now. Right, Antonelli's through on Gasly. That's a big one. Let's have a little look at how he did it. Looks like he's going to fly around turn 1. It's a very impressive move from Antonelli. Keeps him in the top 4 now. He's passed Leclerc as well.
Now we're watching the action.
Very good into the final corner as well. That is lovely from Kimi Antonelli. And now he's right behind Yuki Tsunoda. That's surely going to be the big one. Max Verstappen in P2. But Antonelli's got lovely, fresh, hard tyres here. Right, let's get topping up. Maybe even harvesting here because we're not going to pass Tsunoda into turn 1, I don't think. So let's harvest for the next lap or so. And then just go for a real push. We need to stay ahead of Charles Leclerc here. Right, deploy. Here we go. Got to get past Tsunoda now. And he does. Great move. So, Verstappen is next. And there we go with the DRS. Wide open. He is through. Nicely done.
No more overtake.
Oh, very annoyingly, he's now gonna get overtaken again, I think. Right, Daniel Ricciardo. We're gonna get him in this lap. Because he's nowhere with his pace, so a bit of an undercut might help out. And he obviously lost 6 seconds in the pits before, but honestly don't think that is what his problem is today. He just can't seem to find any pace. Right, Antonelli still up in second here. Leclerc manages to close in. He will pass, I think, fairly shortly. Be a little bit careful.
We okay on temperatures?
Focus.
Ricardo's
on
gonna
tyres.
look after his tyres for a little bit. I don't really know how he's that far down. Feels like he must have an issue of some sort. Right, we're closing in on Fernando here. Fernando's in the pits.
Copy.
Right, okay, here we go then. It's just as Antonelli's dropping off the back of Leclerc now. He can put on the soft tyres. He's going to take them to the end. So here he comes. Kimi Antonelli into the pits. 2.5. I have to say, pit stops in general been pretty slow from us so far. Other than a couple of really excellent ones in Bahrain, it's just not really going for us. And Ricciardo right behind Lawson, but Lawson's got nice fresh tyres, so Ricciardo, I think, is going to finish outside the points today, which is unbelievable. I mean, his pace is just so slow. It's not even quicker. Oh, what's happening up ahead? That looked like something had happened. Was it Porsche and Hamilton, maybe? I don't know. DRS open, though. This is going to be quite the kerfuffle into turn 4. Chance for Ricciardo. He gets, or should have got past Lawson. Does get past Lawson now. Russell's next, hopefully. Kevin Magnussen is there. This should be an overtake for the ages, really, but there's 5 of them fighting for this bit of track. Can Ricciardo find a nice gap around the outside? He gets past Russell, I think. He's going to have the inside line here. Yep. But Russell persists. Right, needs to get past Norris. This is an absolute must. Norris is really holding us up here. Come on. Yep, down the inside. Nicely done. How's Antonelli getting on? Yep, they're catching up to Lance Stroll. Should be easy enough to get past him. Come on then. Antonelli staying with Max Verstappen for now. Fernando Alonso. Well, he's a decent way ahead. Got up to 13th. He's just fallen behind Lawson again. Hamilton not too far in front. Quick look at tyres. I mean, Ocon, yeah, his tyres are going to go. And you can see there's a big line of cars here all the way up to 9th place. So there's still points on the table here for Ricciardo. And he heads down the inside of Lewis Hamilton. And he is through and gets past Lawson at the same time. Ocon's in the pits. That's going to be Daniel Ricciardo up into 10th place now. And he is chasing after Kevin Magnussen, who he should be quicker than. He should be quicker than Kevin Magnussen. But we have seen the Alpine, the Saubers are tough to pass. Verstappen, by the way, has been passed by Kimi Antonelli. Antonelli doing a great job here on these soft tyres in this final stint. In terms of time, we are behind the lead. It's 13 seconds at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that as Max Verstappen sets the fastest lap of the race. Here comes Ricciardo now on Magnussen and Stroll, and he is through on Stroll. Stroll will hopefully hold up Liam Lawson a little bit, and Ricciardo can now hopefully get past Kevin Magnussen. Let's have a look at the tyres of the top 10. I think Ricciardo's in a decent position here, if not the best position, and he should get P8, I would think. Yeah, his pace is not great. A little bit worrying that probably the driver of the season last year. Just not quite finding his rhythm with this new car. I'm hoping to see that pace improve dramatically here. Right, Kimi Antonelli is still ahead of Max Verstappen. How many seconds off the lead is he now? Well, only 8 seconds, 10 laps to go. We are really closing in on Charles Leclerc here, who must be going to the end on those awful hard tyres that he's had on since the safety car. So he's hoping for a safety car, or virtual safety car, presumably. Because, oh, Stroll's got a puncture. And that's what can happen. Right, where's Ricciardo in all of this? He's just been passed by Kevin Magnussen. So, yeah, I think that's one that we just have to play by ear. I think that's going to be another last lap battle. I don't think we're going to be able to catch up to Kevin Magnussen. Charles Leclerc is pitted, by the way. Charles Leclerc has pitted. Now then, 2.5 seconds separate first and second. Fernando Alonso leads this race. Kimi Antonelli is catching lap by lap here. He's got Max Verstappen right behind him. Perhaps there could be a bit of slingshotting towards here. We've got 7 laps to go, and we are lapping faster than Fernando at present at 20.7. Last lap, Alonso puts in this lap at 21.6. It's a 21.2 for Kimi Antonelli on these soft tyres. Max Verstappen is staying with them right now. I think it's wise to top up the ERS a little bit for Kimi Antonelli to make sure he's got stuff to attack with in those final couple of laps. Ricciardo is doing exactly that. He's just been passed by Liam Lawson. Now, Lawson's tyres, yeah, they're slightly better than Ricciardo's, but not by much. So you would think Ricciardo will be in a better position come the end of the race. But it's been a decent recovery job from Ricciardo to actually get back into the points, because it looked at one stage like he was well out of it. And, yeah, I'm not quite sure how it's transpired that he's so far off Kimi Antonelli. We'll have to reflect upon that and really work that out going into the next couple of races, because we need both of them up there fighting. Now Max Verstappen is going to catch Antonelli. I think probably important to now go back into neutral. It's 2.8 seconds is the gap between Antonelli and Fernando Alonso. Verstappen's tyres are horrible. Verstappen's tyres have really gone off. Right. I think there's going to be a bit of value of just absolutely going for it here with Antonelli and seeing if we can win this Grand Prix. Because he's only 2 seconds behind Fernando Alonso, and if he can get into that 1 second window, that's going to be a real help. And you can see straight away how much time he's taken out of Fernando. And that was his fastest lap of the race. And now let's move that back down to aggressive. The good news is, I think he's just about broken the 1 second window to Max Verstappen. So now we need to stay with Fernando, but probably not pass him just yet. Just stay behind him. Stay at his pace. Stay in your station. At 57 of 58, we want to do the move on the last lap, really. So we need to... DRS. We can't harvest any more energy, so it is all going to come down to the final lap now. So we're going to go full attack. And we're going to deploy. So here we go then. Here comes Antonelli. He's having a look round the outside of turn 1. Kimi Antonelli takes the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. He's going to have a chance here. He is going to have a chance.
Okay,
now then. Antonelli is ahead of Alonso. And he's trying to make it more than a second, that gap. It's going to be close. Alonso's going to have DRS. But he's not going to have much more to go. He's closed right in, but with the ERS, I'm hoping Antonelli can stay in front here. But Fernando Alonso's hound in the back of that car. Is he going to go down the inside? He does. Fernando Alonso has got back through. Unbelievable. Oh, well, we were so close. But Fernando Alonso is going to win this incredible Australian Grand Prix. Antonelli finishes second. Max Verstappen is going to finish in third. Leclerc is going to just follow him over the line in fourth. Pierre Gasly will finish fifth. Here's Ricciardo. He's managed to stay well ahead of Liam Lawson. It was a good idea to hold on to that little bit extra charge, and he's going to come over the line now. Daniel Ricciardo, he's actually set a purple middle sector. Is it going to be a fastest lap at the end? I think it was. I think that might have been... No, it wasn't. It wasn't a fastest lap. It was probably his fastest lap, a 120.7.
We'll keep at it.
But there you go, 8th place for Ricciardo. Not fantastic for him. You know, he would have felt he needed a lot better than that in front of his home crowd. But Kimi Antonelli so close to winning it. But I tell you what, we're up there. We are up there. The strategy there, helping out Kimi, ended on that soft tyre run. And, well, Ricciardo again, just not managing to make it pay. I don't really know why. I don't know quite what's up with him at the moment. You know, they were a lot closer last season. Of course, Ricciardo was very much ahead of Antonelli in most of the races that they had. And just seems to be since they've come back.
And there we've got Daniel Ricciardo.
That marked an 8th place finish, which gives them a handful of points.
Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
They'll certainly be pleased to have made the podium. A job well done for sure.
And that's about that for this weekend here in Melbourne.
Next round will see us head east as F1 prepares for the Japanese Grand Prix. We'll see you at Suzuka, a firm favourite for the drivers.
So there you have it then. Fernando Alonso wins his second race of the season ahead of Kimi Antonelli in second there. Verstappen, not really anywhere, to be honest with you. Again, a little bit off from him in third place. Charles Leclerc finishes fourth after trying to, well, close that gap. I mean, he only finished sort of 7.5 seconds off the lead. In the end, maybe just pushed that hard tyre stint a little too long. Pierre Gasly finishes in 5th place. Yuki Tsunoda finishes in 6th. George Russell finishes P7 ahead of Daniel Ricciardo in P8. Then Liam Lawson finishes 9th, and Kevin Magnussen rounds out another double points finish for the Kicksauber team. Into the Drivers' Championship then, Fernando Alonso takes the lead by 9 points over his teammate Max Verstappen. A further 11 points down is Kimi Antonelli. 3 podiums out of 3 so far this season. Leclerc is 4th, 18 points behind. Then we've got Pierre Gasly, unbelievably, in 5th. What a start to the season he's had. And Daniel Ricciardo drops 2 positions down to 6th place, equal on points with Yuki Tsunoda. Lewis Hamilton, poor start of the season for him, down in 9th. McLaren getting their first points of the season today, meaning that Liam Lawson moves up to 11th in the championship. But you've got to say, the big surprises so far are Kick Sauber. They are 4th at the moment, and they're doing a real good job. And it looks like Kick Sauber and RB are ahead of Aston Martin, ahead of McLaren, ahead of Mercedes. Teams with much bigger budgets, and it is really quite amazing to see Sauber and RB all the way up there. But we are currently 2nd, keeping Red Bull honest at the moment. We had the 7th fastest pit stop with Andrea Kimi Antonelli, meaning that we are 5th in the pit stop championship right now. And we achieve our performance targets to get another $1 million in profit. Okay, Gaitaniego moves up to 79 rating, and once again, we just miss out on the victory there, but that was a really exciting race. Really loved that. That was one of the best of the series so far, and we will be back tomorrow for the Japanese Grand Prix. If you have enjoyed that, give it a massive thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.